Hi everyone, I'm Ranak. Uh, I am one of the co-founders of ReFloQ. ReFloQ is an AI agent that converts your AI slow vibe coded solutions into production ready deployable solutions. Basically, what ReFloQ does is that it would keep optimizing your code base by sending you recommendations for cleaning up the tech debt, second, refactoring your code, adding documentation, uh, adding unit test, all those things that you need to make your code deployable. So yeah.
Uh, Hi, I'm Ranak.
Hey, I'm Aman.
Today we will be seeing ReFloQ in action. Basically, we'll go pull up a couple of projects that I have built using AI end to end, and we'll run a ReFloQ on it. ReFloQ will do all parts of it, which means looking for the tech that refact, giving the suggestions, making the pull request, all of those things. Aman is is the lead engineer and my co-founder on this project, and he will walk us through some of these recommendations that are being made by ReFloQ. Uh, Also, we'll go through sometimes how we can change some of these prioritizations to make sure that uh, ReFloQ works as per my needs and my company's need, and not just as a default set of recommendations. So yeah,
Yeah,
let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'll let Aman speak for some of the points, and go from that point onward. Mhm,
sure. Yeah, let's see all the issues and pull
mhm,
request
mhm,
reflow
mhm,
raises. Yep.
mhm. So let's first of all go on ReFloQ, refloq.dev. Uh, the first step is to go ahead and log in. You know, if you make a new account, you can just sign up using Gmail. Uh, I already have an account because I'm one of the co-founders, and but it's quite straightforward and quite simple. Some of these, have been our past projects,
Yeah.
and for now, let me go ahead and take one of my projects. I go ahead and do connect repository. So if you use, GitHub or Bitbucket, any of these existing repo solutions, you could basically, use uh, ReFloq on it. Let me go ahead and pick one of the projects. Let's say this project, Event Panda.
Here you can also like choose a different branch if you want
Mhm,
to.
mhm,
Main branch. If you choose on main branch, it will keep raising new pull request against your main branch. If you
mhm,
want to use a different branch, you can choose here.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm okay with the main branch, but
Yeah.
for others, okay, they can definitely choose any other branch they want, and that should work out.
Yep.
Also, throughout the project, Aman will share his thoughts, and how the ReFloq suggestions are, and I'll give him the space to explain his ideas and his recommendations and such. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think once you connect, starts working on your repo, it starts looking at all the code you have, and depending on the size of the repo,
Mhm,
it will finish creating some issues and focusing on some specific
mhm,
priority of
mhm,
technical debt,
mhm,
which refloq already understands. So if you go on the settings page, we can quickly see
mhm,
what is the default prioritization
mhm, mhm,
uh, of the issues that it is going to create.
mhm,
And if you want something specific
mhm,
to focus on, then based on that you can
mhm,
change the prioritization. So next
mhm,
time the analysis runs,
mhm,
it
mhm,
would automatically takes care of your
mhm,
personal preferences.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Like as something, for example, this is the repo we just connected. It's one of my platform, basically where you can rent events and venues for events. It's a quite a big project, and that's why it's we're currently in the pending state. In the
Mhm.
background, our AI agent is actively working and looking at thousands and thousands of lines of code, and it's going to soon give us a recommendation on what the possible solutions, some of the possible solutions are. Meanwhile, as Aman was mentioning, let's look into the settings. And
Yeah.
Aman, do you want to quickly talk
Yeah.
about this page?
So I think if you check, the first thing is very simple. How many issues you want to analyze,
Mhm,
how many maximum issues you want to fix in a
mhm,
repo, and how
mhm,
many active pull requests you want. You don't want to be bombarded by so
mhm,
many pull requests.
mhm,
Then there are some automation settings. I
mhm,
think everyone wants to run in full automation mode,
mhm,
and I think there's also a code review feature which is coming up soon.
mhm,
On the priority side, if you see, the tech debt priority is given like this. Like you have missing test setup, which is like a
mhm,
really bad thing to have in production.
mhm,
You have long methods, very complex code,
mhm,
uh, resource leaks. Let's say you're creating some object and not
mhm,
cleaning it up properly.
mhm,
Missing error handling. For example, you are supposed to handle some exception, but you're just omitting it.
mhm,
So all of these are like big problematic
mhm,
things, and this is how
mhm,
ReFloQ will go on and work
mhm,
on finding out all these issues.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, there's so many like error, missing unit test,
mhm,
some common security patterns,
mhm,
code duplications,
mhm, mhm,
large files, large classes.
mhm, mhm,
All of this is what's taken care of in this priority order. But if you want to, let's say, focus on
mhm,
um,
mhm,
code duplication as your top priority,
mhm,
you can actually like choose
mhm,
or
mhm,
change the
mhm,
priority of code
mhm,
duplication. You can just
mhm,
select it and
mhm,
drag and drop
mhm, mhm,
on the top. So
mhm. Yeah, I guess, yeah, this is very true, right? Like, I think every company has its own set of priorities, and I personally think my specific code is a mess, and so I guess it will have a lot of code duplication. So let's go ahead and uh, get as a higher priority. Also, I think I'll have like much longer methods, okay, than what they should be. So I would keep them as second priority. Uh, yeah. Uh, Now missing unit test, missing test setup, uh, high complexity. Anything else that you think we should like move? Uh, Anything else that we wanna? But all everyone can adjust these settings based on their company's priority or their project's
yeah.
priority. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think this looks fine.
mhm,
For someone who has like long files, they could also choose large files or large classes on top.
mhm,
But if you already have like uh, good medium sized
mhm,
classes, that is fine. It anyway like takes care of all. It's
mhm.
not just like it's gonna
Yeah.
miss all these things. It's gonna
Mhm,
take care of all, but in
mhm.
this order. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're talking about large file is like a very personal attack towards my projects, because my projects are like historically like some of the worst, as bad as it could get. My backend
Okay.
code, my backend code has like 60,000 lines. It's like one single backend that I have, and it's like 60,000 lines of code. It has all sorts of, it has like 100 to 200, like just log in and sign up API. So I think for my project, I should get the large files, as like in the long file as like the, top five priorities, because it's going to be really important. Let me try
Got
to
it.
move it. Yeah. Uh,
You can also try to see if you can like just drag
Drag.
and drop from the left. Yeah. Uh, okay.
Long file. Get it like top five priority would be good.
Yeah.
Also, this is a pretty good feature if you wanna, because you can only have so many, you know, pull requests and maximum issue at one point in time. So you might want to prioritize based on what's most important, and get the recommendations based on that. So, but yeah, both long file, and that's all. Now we can go back to our repository, and is that good, Aman?
So actually, you need to save the settings as well.
Where is the option to save this?
Yeah, on the top right section.
Top. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you would also need to select the automation review as full and yeah, fully automated. Yeah, and you would also want to change this maximum issues per repo. Let's just change it to 15, so you don't have like um, too many issues.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Now we can save the settings.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess now we can go ahead and
Yeah,
you know see, that's the cool part of it. In the background, Reflock found did the analysis, and it found the issues, and now we can go ahead and look at the issues.
yeah. So it already generated some 10 issues because
Mhm.
uh, the default prioritization is something which it focuses on
Mhm.
initially.
Mhm.
But next time once you complete all these issues, next time
Mhm.
it will start focusing on the
Mhm.
settings which we want. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, do we want to like now go ahead and like look at each of these and uh, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. So I think it starts with saying code duplication. It gets very clear in the pull request itself. Here, it just provides you some metadata. For
Mhm.
example, some nav bar scroll effects.js file has
Mhm.
code duplication, which it identified. This missing unit test in the same file. So,
Mhm.
see, like assuming this code base has, let's say, 400, 500 files.
Mhm.
Uh, it can only analyze few initially, and then it takes time to
Mhm.
fully analyze your repo.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
based on that, it has generated all these issues
Mhm.
related to resource management. You're leaking some resources.
Mhm.
um, we can start taking a look at one of the PRs that it generated.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
yeah, I think if you
Yes, sir.
scroll down, yeah, and then also scroll right a little bit, we should be able to see which PR it generated.
All right.
Yeah, and then scroll down. Yeah, so it doesn't wait for us. It just starts raising pull request.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can just click on this view PR, and it will
Mhm.
load your, yeah,
Yeah.
and then
We
view
can go
PR
into
on
GitHub.
GitHub.
Let's go straight on GitHub. So the way
Yeah,
this is supposed to, the way tool is designed is that, hey, you don't really need to look at even the dashboard there, okay? It
yeah,
will start sending you recommendations on a pull request, explaining you what exactly is wrong and what needs to be optimized. And like, let's say in this case, okay? I mean,
yeah. So here, it's trying to explain that the event listener
mhm,
for ready state change is added but is not removed. So we ideally should set the interval, but we should also
mhm,
clear this count. I think this is a timer or something that we have added. So we
mhm,
can go to the files changed and see if it's properly removing that event listener or not. Yeah. So like, yeah, we can see that there's a ready state change event, and the listener was added, and but the handler also uh, is now taking care of, okay, like is initialized true, it's prevent multiple initializations. So even though uh, it is now just removing it, it could have just removed the listener, but it's also trying to optimize the code and saying that it's now preventing multiple initializations.
mhm.
And we have the countdown function here, but can you scroll down a little bit more? I think Yeah, so here, if you see, we're also removing the event listener during the cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is one way to like make sure that you don't slow down your browser when writing the front end code.
Mm-hmm.
You're optimizing the memory usage in your code. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is doing, trying to optimize your code, cleaning up problematic things, even though it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
talk about or anything about the code duplication or long methods we talk about. Those are very cosmetic changes.
Mm-hmm.
This is, even though a little bit cosmetic, but also like very impactful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the good things that come out when you focus on technical debt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it also optimizes your product, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I think something for other projects that we can do is we could look at like the pre-project KPIs and then the post-project KPIs,
yeah,
and that would, because these projects are all live, okay, and
yeah,
some of them have users and, like the messaging back and forth is also happening. So the impact is very real, I will say that. So, but yeah, I think now, you know, quickly, let's go over here and we can then, this is a good recommendation, right? So as in dev, I want to go ahead and accept this recommendation. So I go ahead and I say just merge this pull request to my main. This will be the commit message. I can change it. Uh,
yeah,
Often,
yeah.
that's good.
So now like it starts working again
Mhm,
once you finished merging one pull
mhm,
request.
mhm,
Or next time if you see a pull request you don't like, you don't want to merge, you can just close it.
mhm,
But yeah, it again gives reflog the signal that hey,
mhm,
I'm done with one thing. If you
mhm,
have any other things, you can just give me more
mhm,
more context and more tasks to work on.
mhm,
And this kind of helps you when you're working on building features,
mhm, mhm,
but at the same time you want someone else to take care of cleanup,
mhm,
refactors, technical
mhm,
debt.
mhm, mhm,
So
mhm,
after some time it will like keep thinking about next issue and start raising PRs for
mhm.
those.
Yeah. See, on the settings page, we made like a set of PRs, right? At maximum PR at one point in time. So that's why it's gonna,
Yeah,
uh, it's gonna, once you close, then only it will like a second and third and the fourth. If
yeah,
like for example, this recommendation was not accepted, also then there's an option to not have the push, okay, and not accept the pull request and commit that.
yeah,
Then it will go to the next. This is where we are thinking about how do we like give it the option to make the final call. At the same time, we'll keep working on things in the background.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It gives you total control about what you want, what you
Mhm,
don't want.
mhm, mhm,
um, but takes away all the pain of
mhm,
looking at the
mhm,
package, figuring
mhm,
out what's
mhm,
problematic,
mhm, mhm,
creating some issues, working on it, assigning it. Like imagine
mhm,
someone in a team
mhm,
working
mhm,
on these small fixes,
mhm,
uh, and these keeps lying around in your backlog.
mhm, mhm.
Not now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think basically, I think I'm like the perfect user of something like this because I love the power of tech, the power of coding, and power of building things. But I absolutely hate like having proper code, following those small things, and making sure that it actually passes the code review. And it also like also some of these are like real code optimize product optimizations, right? Like loading things on the front end all at once is not a good idea, right? Like and that's where this is where the real impact is also there. But I'm also very like a good user of a product like this who hates boring little small boring optimizations because now
Yeah,
ReFloQ does it all for me. uh yeah, so go back and let's look at the other analysis that we have.
yeah. Like you don't even have to go back. You can just like stay there
Yeah.
on GitHub,
Mhm.
just check for pull request.
I go in events Panda, and I think I can just go look at the pull request.
Yeah, yeah. Just look at the pull request.
So that was a pull request we just accepted.
Yeah,
And
but I think similar code is also there in loading paste.js file.
Mhm,
So load event listener is there, but
mhm,
we're not cleaning it up properly. So maybe similar fix in a
mhm,
different file
quite.
is present.
Mhm. Uh,
Yeah, so here we can, I think, go, we are handling the load and we're adding the listener in the document.
mhm,
Now we are storing all these event handlers for cleanup. So once we once we need to clean up, we can reuse the start handler and done handler,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can just remove these event listeners. If you see, we also return the cleanup function to remove all the event listeners at the end of it,
Mm-hmm.
both start and done. So there are like two event listeners which
Mm-hmm.
we are adding, and then we're also removing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, this is also good, right? It's just, now it's more
Yeah.
optimizing of like, what previously recommended. And yeah.
Yep. Yep. And also like make sure that you get very small minimal diff in
Mm-hmm.
one pull request. If
Mm-hmm.
you, if it like gives you a huge pull request with 10 files
Mm-hmm.
doing something, hey, multiple things in different files, it
Mm-hmm.
would be harder for you to review and merge. But
Mm-hmm.
now it gives you very specific, little context and little like very limited scope for you to
Mm-hmm.
work on. It's very easy for you to merge. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also like a very good thing.
Yeah. And if you ever have questions, you can always, look at stuff over here. This is where the written documentation of this exists,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
what exactly is happening, and that would help you understand
Yep.
much in detail uh, what exactly is happening. Now, uh, see, there's no conflicts. And now I can go ahead and merge, and I can confirm the merge. Uh, this is successful, right? Now I can
Yep.
go
Yep.
ahead and now it goes and does this third one. It will, if I load this page, it will take some time where it will go ahead and now make the third pull request. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, once like you merge, so it kind of needs to detect that it's merged, and then it takes a decision again, the prioritization. Okay, what's the
mhm,
most important thing right now,
mhm,
and then it focuses on that,
mhm,
creates a pull request.
mhm,
Obviously, like we can do it ourselves,
mhm,
or we can just
mhm,
use our keyboard, manually ask ChatGPT or
mhm,
Claude Code that, hey, I want to fix this issue,
mhm,
and then it gives you a diff or something.
mhm,
But it won't be like within minutes.
mhm,
Like you can't raise PRs within a minute or two.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think even like, you gotta, I think, see, the best part is that it turns like a normal, like a very noob, I would say myself as a noob engineer that's more for
Yeah.
business, it turns like a, let's say, engineer to a senior engineer, right? Because now I don't need to even know what needs
Yeah.
optimization, right?
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of times where I would not even understand, right? Like, hey, this should be optimized. And,
Yeah.
because I'm thinking from business perspective, I'm thinking from feature perspective, I care about that. But as soon as you think from like, hey, bigger perspective, how do I make something that, passes the code review at a FANG company?
Mm.
It's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when, ChatGPT is not going to be any help to you. Okay, this is why our agents are so well designed, and we have a complete system where we'll talk about it someday about how exactly it works. It's a very complicated piece of tech.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good point, and not even just like you as a business owner or no,
Mhm,
but it applies to even like junior engineers, like,
mhm,
in big enterprises, mid
mhm,
enterprises teams,
mhm,
where they mostly try to learn the code base using like working on these low hanging fruits, these small
mhm,
tasks. These
mhm,
are created so those folks could learn and all, and they spend time understanding and then just like doing some non-engineering work
mhm,
uh, to come up with this pull request. That's
mhm,
also very helpful. It saves their time,
mhm,
leadership's time,
mhm,
senior engineers' time,
mhm,
and folks can really like make an impact
mhm,
in this time which they are saving, right?
mhm. Yeah, I think the same, if I were to go, if I build something with AI, if I were to go and read through everything and fix, then what's the point of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and in fact, it's harder to like, fix that something which is not written by me. I remember when I used to write the code back in the day, it was my code.
Yeah.
I knew what I was writing. It was so much more easier
Yeah.
to clean it up, to fix things and document it. But since now it is not my own code, right? Like, and now I'm stuck with like, okay, hey, if it fails the coding standard, then it's like, oh my gosh, it's like much more painful. I would might just,
Yeah.
or rather just write things on my own, right? Than to like, have a,
Mm.
AI write it and then like me fixing it. So But yeah, I think l- let's go ahead and refresh this page, and we have one more pull request ready. And
Yeah.
this one is potential resource leak.
Yeah, so I think these are like a little bit more similar
Mm.
because the similar kind of code is written in multiple files,
Yeah.
and it is prioritizing resource leaks as top priority
Mm-hmm.
because that was the first thing which is automatic. So I think it should be very similar. Now we have understood the problem in one file.
Mm-hmm.
We can understand it would be there in multiple files,
Yeah.
and then it's also easier
Mm-hmm.
to clone. So here also, if you see that we were
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so here we are adding, we have a handle scroll, and that scroll handle scroll is added in the event listener for a
Mm-hmm.
scroll event, and
Mm-hmm.
then we also like clean it up at the last line if you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
here we are removing the scroll listener.
Mm-hmm.
So similar kind of optimization at different set of files
Mm-hmm.
in different small pull request.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is very similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly merge it so we can get to some real different kind of pull requests. It's a different category of things.
Yeah, you can also like choose to not merge this
Yeah.
one, just to
Yeah,
showcase that
less.
hey,
Yeah.
you can go, yes, go to the bottom and just say close
Upload.
pull request,
Okay, yeah. And
and
I can say,
even in
yeah,
that case,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, you don't even have to comment or anything. Like you can
Yeah.
just close, and then even in that case,
Mm.
ReFloQ will just say, hey, okay, I need to like look for something else to work on.
Okay,
So
nice. See,
the best part,
mhm,
you get tired, but
mhm, mhm.
the product doesn't get tired.
Yeah, and that's how it's a great AI agent. And see, now it also learns, right? Like, hey, like for
Mhm.
example, who knows my company's policies are like they're okay, they want some different, right?
Yeah.
Now when I did like it learned from it, like, hey, this company, and this for this user, this is how he wants things to be. Now it
Mhm.
will keep in mind, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's an important thing, right? Like oftentimes, like you like when at least I'm building my homepage, I'm keeping some options, some things as
Yeah.
it is because it's important for my product, right? Let's say, for
Mhm.
example,
Yeah.
lazy loading, right? I don't always want lazy loading. Sometimes I want to show entire page and things like that, right? Like that could be
Mhm.
potential. In that
Yeah.
case, now RefLog knows that's what I need for this project, and it will remember that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
uh,
think like see, standards, industry-wide standards are
mm,
what makes a ReFloq intelligent.
mhm,
But if you have something more personalized, specific,
mhm,
as soon as you start like
mhm,
telling ReFloq, like let's say
mhm,
if you just add a comment here that say, hey,
mhm,
I don't want lazy loading. I want fast. I just want like
mhm,
uh, fast loading, even if it takes time.
mhm,
Just load the whole thing on
mhm,
the first page itself.
mhm,
uh, it will it will learn that like
mhm,
once you tell it, like, right?
mhm,
Because lazy loading is like, hey, everyone does it, everyone wants to do it, but
mhm.
if I don't want to, I have to like kind of
Yeah.
specifically say,
Mhm,
either through your Claude MD rules, Codex rules, or through one of these comments on the peers. As soon as you do that, it knows, it learns, and next time it just
mhm, mhm.
leaves all those things away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's very personalized for each company. Like this is where we make sure that it just works for everyone and not just for like a general use case only.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and now
One more.
we have one more duplicate code block detect. This is different category of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Let's see what duplicate code we found.
so we are still in like the noun, and there's like a foot, like a scroll behavior. Okay, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
navigation bar at the top, and we are still in that same file right now. And let's look into this. You know, let's see how it is. It's same logic that's getting page size is basically just talking about. Um,
Yeah, so I think it says page offset, and then it adds snap scroll,
mhm,
some piece of code, and then uh,
mhm,
if offset is not that, then it
mhm,
removes the navigation scroll.
mhm,
And I think it's doing the same thing again
mhm, mhm,
on the scroll event listener,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
So instead of like doing this twice,
mhm,
writing the exact same code,
mhm,
it created a new method,
mhm,
handle navigation bar style.
Mhm.
and then it is now just
Mhm. Mhm. You calling a
using
method.
that calling
Mhm.
that method,
Mhm.
that hey,
Mhm.
it has set the navigation bar, and
Mhm.
now it also updates the navigation bar style on scroll.
Mhm.
So initial nav bar style and nav bar style on scroll both are
Mhm.
applied, but
Mhm.
now your code is much better.
Yeah, much better
Because- yeah,
documented, code, right? Like, and yeah,
yeah.
and this is where, yeah, people can see my coding ethics, and then not the best coding
And
ethics
there's
out
nothing
there.
wrong, right? Like
Yeah.
you set the bar, navigation bar, then you
Mhm.
just added a listener for scroll, and then
Yeah.
you did
Mhm.
set the navigation again
Mhm.
because you wanted to like just ship quickly, right? There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, the
Mm.
good thing is now you don't have to worry about adding
Mm.
some code comments
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
changing or
Mhm.
reusing some code instead of duplicating it.
Mm. Absolutely. This is perfect. And I can also like always understand, right? Like, I
Yeah.
understand not everyone will have Aman by their side to walk them through steps. So this is really true, and then they would like, if you wrote the code, I'm pretty sure you understand this logic, right? Like, if you're like a junior engineer, also you'll understand at the very least what exactly is happening. Um, but
Hmm.
yeah, I go ahead and confirm this merge. Uh,
Yep.
I'll go ahead and confirm. Uh,
Nice. Now you
my
have better code
yeah,
without even looking at your
yeah,
repo.
yeah. I see. This is the thing, okay? Like I used AI to build these things, and now you can use ReFloQ and our entire system. It's very complicated, but it does all this work for you in the background, and you won't have to worry about it. No prompting, none of those things are needed. We take care of everything in the background. Um,
Yep, yep. And yeah,
uh,
once you configured, you're done. Like you don't even have to go on UI or anything. You just like keep
mhm,
coding, keep building
mhm,
features,
mhm,
keep looking at your
mhm,
GitHub
mhm,
pull request. That's
mhm.
all.
That's all. Yeah. And I just personally, I've set up these emails around this pull request. So my phone is
Nice,
also
nice.
sending me a lot
Yeah.
of, it's very like a nice feeling to like, be out somewhere, doing something and then you get email, this is a recommendation that we have for you. And you can just click on it and then just, done. You know
Mm,
what I mean? It's very nice feeling to have that.
yeah.
But yeah, I would not recommend everyone to do it, but if you like getting bothered by work emails all the time, then I guess definitely do it. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Nice.
let's refresh the
Yeah.
page and
Yeah. You can click on the pull request first, so then you know.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
So yeah, till now you have closed 4 pull request.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Uh, this project is quite a big project, so there's
Hmm.
going to be a lot of requests. But also these things are all very customizable. Okay, you can have more. All of these are very customizable because it's my project. I'm starting small, and I want RefRock to learn my style of working, and
Hmm.
that's why I'm starting small, simple. But we could have a completely autonomous system that could actually go ahead and do all of these things.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. You could also like add some files related to, let's say, Claude MD
mhm,
or
mhm,
Codex, and next time the analysis run, you would see
mhm,
that ReFloq detected those files.
mhm,
So that's also a very good thing about
mhm,
it. So
mhm,
yeah, feel free to do it now or later, and we can show it later.
mhm, mhm,
So you can just go to your repo, add a new file, and just add any rule,
mhm,
whatever you like,
mhm,
and then it will detect all those things,
mhm,
and it will follow all those rules while generating new pull request.
mhm. Yeah, do you want to explain to people that are seeing this like, hey, what does Claude MD? What are these things?
So let's say if I'm using Cloud Code for coding,
Mhm,
and I have some certain rules that I
mhm,
want to
mhm,
uh, follow for the coding agent,
mhm,
and what I do is like I add those rules,
mhm,
and
mhm,
these are not like not saying that hey, linters or code style rules. It could be more specific to your business logic, context, and everything. Let's say I have a folder where I just store models or pojos, something which is not storing any logic but storing our pojos. and I want to say that, hey, every time you create a new Pojo, you store it in this folder. So I will add that rule
Mhm.
in my Claude MD file,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
every time Claude code runs,
Mhm.
it will use that and then generate your code. Let's say you build a feature, right?
Mhm.
And for that feature, you need more Pojos. Claude code would follow it, store new Pojos in your folder. Now let's say ReFloQ does some refactoring,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
it figures out that, hey, this this refactoring requires creating a new model,
Mhm.
right? It will also follow your Claude MD recommendation rules
Mhm.
and then create that new Pojo in the
Mhm.
models folder only,
Mhm.
because it already understands what you're trying to ask and whatever rules you have set up.
Mhm.
So that's how normally people like set up those files.
Mhm.
Or if like someone is like really lazy, not
Mhm.
working on IDE or something, they can just add files through GitHub also. They can
Mhm.
just add new file,
Mhm.
Claude.md, write
Mhm.
your rules, and
Mhm.
ReFloQ will follow those rules.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. Like, this is where I think we work so much hand in hand with the Claude, these files, because even when we are refactoring and we're making the changes, we're
Yeah,
following those, right? Like, so very hand
yeah.
in hand kind of synchronization. Uh, Also, I think we soon gonna have our own, like, that's for like the tech side of it, the tech debt side of it, like a similar kind of a file system where you could really go and put in how right now we did like prioritization, but like much more detailed context on things. And again, over there also we'll be working very closely with Claude and
Hmm.
Claude MD file and Codex file and based on that. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh, let's go ahead and refresh.
Yeah, we need to check now, I think, why we are not generating any new pull request. Because it looks like it did start generating the pull request for the fifth issues, because it shows identified are five. Can you change to in progress? Is it in progress? The filter from identified to the rightmost filter. Yeah. Okay. And finished. Resolved. Yeah.